Welcome back. Sam Smith is back again with more attention-seeking vulgarity. They're never one to do things quietly in recent years. We have to remember to call him they, their, them, even though there's only one of them. Remember the latex balloon at the Brits? But they've taken things up a notch, haven't they, with a new global tour criticised as hypersexualised and satanic. And apologise if you're easily offended for what you're about to see.
What the fuck is that?
It's a bold statement that's got everybody paying attention and watching and looking. So, you know, like Lady Gaga used to do a lot of this stuff. Didn't you see one of the award shows? She went wearing like all meat on her. Did you see it?
Yeah, I did see
you know
that.
what I'm saying? It gets you noticed. It gets people talking about you, and that's what these people want. It's all for publicity.
He looks like a really badly drawn One Piece character. He looks like, have you ever seen this game called Saints Row? It's like GTA, just a bit more wacky.
Yes, yeah.
He looks like a Saints Row character.
What did you think of Kim Kardashian's costume?
Well, when she was blacked out.
Yeah.
She looked like a fucking mug.
Okay.
So did her daughter.
Straight to the point.
What?
Straight to the point.
Yeah, they look fucking stupid. She shouldn't be subjecting her daughter to that. No wonder Kanye wants to keep her away from
Kanye's the one who dressed them both like that.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
He's a fucking mug as well then.
Oh my god. Do you know who he looks a bit like?
Who?
Just take one guess.
If you say me, I'm going to uppercut you.
Yeah, you. Who do you think he looks like?
The character on Family Guy?
No, Ethan Klein. Oh my god. Was that at the award show?
I wouldn't be surprised.
That's on television that kids are watching.
Well, we've seen the things that they show to kids these days, so I'm really not surprised.
Oh my God.
That is honestly one of the most horrific things I've seen in a long time, and I play horror games, so.
Yeah, exactly. Well, joining me now is comedian James Barr, best-selling author of The Madness of Crowds, Douglas Murray. Well, Douglas, let me start with you. I don't get this Sam Smith thing. It just seems like every week he deliberately... I'm sorry, they, even though there's only one of them.
Oh, I clearly tell it's going to be a fun interview.
Why is Sam Smith they?
No, please do address Douglas first, but I just need to correct you if you're going to misgender. That's how they identify themselves, Piers.
Why is one person they?
Because that's how they identify.
Why have I got to go along with it?
Because they've asked you to.
So what? No one's asked me to.
Even the Pope respects people's pronouns now.
I don't have to respect anybody's pronouns.
Well, that's fine as long as that's your decision.
My pronoun is hottest man in the world.
Yeah, well, I'm happy to call you that.
Well, go on then.
Some may disagree, but yeah, if that's what you are, then cool, I will address you as the hottest man in the world.
Throughout the entire interview?
Throughout the entire interview.
Okay, let's stick to that.
Do you see that though?
This is ridiculous.
Do you see that though? Some may disagree.
Yeah. Oh no, as I said, it's say what we want you to say, or you are a bigot. Don't talk how you want to talk. Don't talk how people have been talking up until 15 minutes ago. Do as I say.
But that's contradictory.
Yeah, of course it's contradictory. It's all nonsense. They refers to many. We do use it in certain contexts, but if I don't want to refer to somebody as a they, why am I forced to?
Douglas, let's come back to you. You don't have to call me the hottest man in the world, even if you're thinking it. Sam Smith. To me, he's just on an ever-deteriorating campaign to be as vulgar and offensive as he possibly can. Am I missing something?
He's doing what pop stars have done for decades, which is trying to shock as a means to get publicity. And of course, it's pretty successful. I mean, we're talking about him at the moment. But it's striking that it's sort of very unoriginal. I mean, all the stuff he's doing, the sort of over-sexualized stuff, the sort of satanic stuff. Madonna did this 40 years ago. Pop stars have done this and more for decades now. I think the only thing that Sam Smith has got sort of going for him on this, and the thing actually is making people notice him on this, is that, first of all, he keeps sort of throwing these bollards in the way of everyone by changing his alleged gender all the time. You know,
Okay,
he came out some years ago.
Wait a second, James. I'll bring you in.
he came out many years ago as gay, and then he said he was actually gender queer, and then he said he was non-binary, and he said he didn't know what it meant. Of course he didn't, because there's no such thing. But he said that they were going to. He said that he thought that he was gender queer. And he didn't know what it meant, but he said that he would explain it someday when he did know. And I sort of think, if you're going to make everyone else distort the language, you should know what you're talking about first. So he does that to get publicity, obviously. And the other thing he does is he does this sort of. Taking all his clothes off stuff, and
look at this guy. Relax, bro. Your turn's coming up. Do you see what I mean? They can't. They can't. They can't wait their turn. He's chomping at the bit. He's stressed and hands on head. It's not your turn yet. You'll get your turn. Relax. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. I'm not saying here.
And the thing that makes it different from other people is that when, I don't know, Justin Timberlake or Rihanna or someone stripped down, they do so because they look good, like their bodies look good. Sam Smith is like pudgy and very ugly. And so people...
Brutal.
I mean, it's his opinion, but...
Brutal.
It's his opinion, yeah. I'm surprised he said it, but...
And so people look at it, and he looks ridiculous. And the...
We'll just give Michael a minute.
This guy's killing me. You could play it.
He's saying, don't ridicule me. But it's hard not to ridicule people when they present themselves
as disgusting.
Ridiculous.
What are you talking about?
Okay, on that point, I completely agree. Why say don't ridicule me when you deliberately make yourself look ridiculous?
No, that is disgusting. That is a completely disgusting.
Well, it is disgusting, yeah. We do find it disgusting.
No, what you're saying is
why?
Disgusting.
We're allowed...
Look at his face. He's proud of himself as well.
To find him disgusting.
No, you are not.
Yes,
you
I
can't
am.
Keep commenting on what people look like all the time.
Yes, I can. If they're going to dress like that on a stage in front of millions of people around the world, absolutely I can.
Thank you for getting the pronoun correct. I really appreciate that. Listen,
did I?
Douglas, yes, you did.
Well, have you called me mine?
Hottest man in the world, Piers, according to some and yourself.
Yeah.
Listen, the Pope recently said they completely accept every gender identity and that everyone is a child.
Why should anyone be compelled to use a pronoun from someone who's changed their own identity 3 times in 3 years?
I just want to go back as well.
How do you keep up with it?
I think it's very important to note that other pop stars have done this, including Lewis Capaldi, who recently did a campaign where he was naked on a billboard, and there were nowhere near as many vile comments at Lewis Capaldi's body. The only reason there's a problem for Sam doing it is because you aren't happy with his gender identity because it makes you feel insecure.
No, I don't care about his gender identity. I just don't feel I can be compelled to use pronouns. I don't care about
that. That's fine. Don't use them if you don't want to. That's wrong, but that's how you just...
Why'd you keep playing that fucking image over and over again, man? It's horrifying. And it's okay to say that, because I think that's what it was going for. It was dressed as the devil, right? Devil's meant to be scary. You pulled that off.
Yeah. I think I can see what the other guy says, though. I think what Sam Smith is doing is literally like Madonna style, and
Madonna was vulgar as well.
Yeah.
She's still vulgar. She's about to turn to sand and she's still going.
Fine, don't use them if you don't want to. That's wrong, but that's totally...
Well, you just told me I had to.
No, I think you should, but if you don't want to...
So why are you playing this fucking image over and over?
I'm not Piers, I'm hottest man alive.
Right.
Okay.
Right, so you're changing your name now. You're no longer...
But my point about Sam Smith is it's just an orgy of, in my view, narcissistic, self-indulgent, deliberately shocking stuff. And Douglas has got a point. He looks terrible.
Okay, so...
Why would you do this?
You're friends with Ozzy Osbourne, right?
Yeah.
And Ozzy Osbourne ate a bat's head on stage.
Yeah.
That could be considered vulgar. I mean, he basically...
Ozzy Osbourne never did anything like this.
He started the COVID pandemic.
You can't seriously think
about Sam Smith getting their tits out.
You can't seriously think what we're looking at here is actually anything other than ridiculous.
No, I think it's absolutely fantastic.
Really?
Yeah, I do. I think it's brilliant. I think it's sexy. I think it's inspirational.
You think that's sexy?
This is making me so uncomfortable right now.
See that when I close my eyes.
Yeah, I'm gonna shut the lights tonight and just see fucking Sam Smith act. And on the point of Ozzy, if Ozzy Osbourne did eat the head of a bat on stage, 2 wrongs don't make a right. I don't know what you're trying to prove here. That's sick as well. Like, I don't, what was the point in that point? This image is making me feel I'd rather see someone eat a bat's head than keep looking at that.
That is, that's someone
Do you think what we're looking at right now is sexy?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I mean, seriously.
Would you shag it?
Would I shag it, did you say?
Well, there's a question.
You're right. It's
Look at his face. This guy,
so happy.
he's a troll. No, what's his name? I need
Will
to.
you shag it?
He didn't even use a pronoun. He said it.
Yeah, absolutely. I would have sex with Sam.
Really?
Thank you for
Well,
asking.
you're a braver
would you,
man than
Douglas?
me.
Because it sounds like you're a little bit too obsessed with them, if I'm honest with you.
No, no, no. I can assure you I'm not. I know what I like, and I don't like fat, blubbery show-offs who look hideous dressed in lacy pants with their fat spilling out everywhere and doing it in front of as many people as possible to gain attention. I just don't find that sexy. I'm old-fashioned.
No, Michael, this actually is hilarious. I can't. Do you know what it is? I think they're talking about a serious topic, but you just can't take it serious right now because it's just.
This guy's a troll. He's a
I need to learn to be like this guy. The way he just talks and then just does that smile at the end,
that
like
smile is
that will
hilarious.
piss so many people off. And I think that will be such a powerful tool to have in the bag. I'm going to be practicing in the mirror.
James?
So why on earth are you friends with Piers Morgan?
Well, you'll notice, of course, that Piers hasn't appeared on this show naked with nipple tassels on.
Yet,
I mean, that's
yet,
one big
Douglas,
starter, isn't it?
Yet.
Again, I
The
just
night
wanna,
is young.
I want to quote the Pope again because the Pope has done this
Why?
documentary.
Are you a Catholic? Do you think we're
I'm not,
all
but I think it's
Catholics?
Well, I am a
important.
Catholic,
I think
so
it's
what are you-
okay,
what are you
great. So
quoting?
the Pope said.
That's
Why is he quoting the Pope? And you're definitely not a
I was
Catholic.
like, why are you a Catholic? Do you know what? It seems to me like that's the only bit of research and information that he brought with him to this interview, and that's why he keeps bringing it up because he's got nothing else to say towards it. And it's like it seems like he's preaching for something right now, but doesn't have much to say on what he's preaching about.
Yeah, like you keep using the Pope as a marker, as if anyone are going to bow our heads because the Pope said so.
That to express yourself sexually is a richness, and that anything that detracts from real sexual expression lessens you and depletes that richness.
But he's not doing this for sexual expression.
Oh, dear
He's
God.
doing this
You
just
don't
to
even
you're
know
just
your
picking any
Catholic
doing
dogma.
it just to be
Why
deliberately
don't you both
offensive.
just go back to clutching your pearls? Go back to
I don't have
Middle
any
England.
pearls. Douglas, are we misreading the room here? Are there millions of young people around the world watching this thinking he's the hottest thing on a stage anywhere in the world right now and we should just get used to it?
No, I don't think so at all. No gay guys I know are attracted to this. Everyone thinks it's just kind of ugly and stupid, and it's attention grabbing and much more. I think Sam Smith's a person of limited talent myself. I don't much care for his voice. But the point is that, of course, he just kind of goes around and tries to make headlines. And as I say, he's pretty successful at doing that. But I don't think anyone finds it sexy. I don't know any woman who finds it sexy. I don't know any gay man who finds it sexy. Most gay men I know are attracted to men because they're men. Sam Smith, by the way, he's always trying to cop off with people like Tom Daley and things.
I don't
and
think
they
you can speak for all
reciprocate.
gay men, to be honest with you,
What?
Douglas. Those are pretty much
What?
your own words from things I've heard you say before. You can't speak for an entire community.
No,
So-
I don't. I don't try to. I don't believe there's any such thing as a gay community or an LGBTQIA plus
I think actually, if you think this show is offensive,
What the fuck are the editors at Piers' show doing with this image? They stop playing it over and over. This is like, have you ever seen Clockwork Orange? Mm-hmm. When they have his eyes wide open.
Yeah.
This is what they should play. It'd be much more effective than what they did in the film.
you should
anything
come to my
else.
stand-up show because compared to that,
What?
Sam Smith's tour is a love letter to Christianity and Jesus.
Really?
So I'll see you at my tour. Starts tomorrow, by
I
the way.
didn't.
I do not want to see his tour.
Did he just say Sam Smith's tour is a love letter to Christianity and Jesus?
In comparison to his show, which means that his show is levels worse than
Wow.
what Sam Smith is doing.
Wow. These don't need to stop bringing religion into this.
Yeah.
I didn't know you were touring, but good luck with that.
Thank you.
Yeah, you know what, James? Best of luck with the tour. You're never going to persuade me, and clearly not Douglas either, that Sam Smith is anything other than an attention seeker. Because,
But this whole debate is attention seeking. Isn't being an artist about attention seeking?
well, it
Isn't
could
that the
be.
whole point?
It could be, but when you're just going to that kind of length, just to be deliberately, slobbishly offensive, I think it's unacceptable.
But you're doing what you would say is slobbishly.
That's a fair point. Most people in entertainment are seeking attention. That's their currency, right? But there's levels to it. There's getting on stage and doing a moonwalk, and there's getting on stage and gyrating with a devil's costume on, licking thin air, making people feel uncomfortable. It's not
Well,
the same thing.
I don't know because it seems as though people who like Sam Smith, like this one here, will be loving watching that on the stage. So if it's for his fans, because I think look, it says it on kicks off his tour. If that's his tour and he wants to do that and his fans are enjoying it, then so be it. I wasn't sure if it was at the award show being imposed on a whole bunch of people who might not want to see it. And I don't think that Sam Smith maybe is actually that way. I think it is just a publicity stunt for the attention, and it's working because he was like really popular before and then he kind of went down.
He disappeared.
Exactly.
Did he even X Factor or something?
No, I don't
Where
think
did
so.
he come from?
I don't know. But it's like, it's now this is peaking it back up again and it's working.
He disappeared for a long time.
And if you look at someone like Lady Gaga, for example, she was like that before. And now that she's built herself so big, she can just be more normal and herself. And she's not losing out or anything because she's made it basically.
I always found Lady Gaga's videos very grotesque, personally.
Yeah.
I've never liked her music videos. I've always found them to be way too involved with like Satanism and all that shit.
But this is the thing, if we're piecing everything together, it may not necessarily be the artist per se. They might be getting tied into contracts and I wouldn't say being forced, but in some element being forced to do this stuff by all the people behind them to get them to a certain level or certain money or whatever. Like, you know, I don't know if you believe in like Illuminati and people who sell their soul to the devil to like make it big and stuff. But if you believe in all of that stuff, then it seems that way with this sort of situation.
Oh, I mean, he's literally prancing around as the devil, so.
Exactly, and it's all outrageous behavior, outrageous things, but it gets you talked about.
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, we'll never really know what's going on behind the scenes. I do hear of a lot of like crazy dark things happening in the music industry. I've heard about people, I don't know if they're being literal or if it's figuratively spoken, that they sell themselves to Hollywood, sell their souls to the devil. I don't know, man. I'm not a musician. I've got friends that are musicians that are in that game, but I've never really asked them. I think it'd be weird, especially some of them that are really successful now, to turn around to me like, bro,
Yeah.
did you sell your soul at any point?
But it's just about watching a lot of successful artists and the pattern between a lot of them. You know, they all do weird stuff.
You see the Travis Scott one?
No.
Was it Travis Scott? Is it Travis Scott, the skinny black dude?
Yeah.
Where he had that tour where people were getting hurt.
Where they died, yeah.
Yeah. Did you see what it looked like?
Yeah.
It
They
looked
look pit of hell.
crazy, yeah.
Did you see the Katy Perry thing when her eye kept...
It started malfunctioning. Yeah, that looked weird. I know people were like, oh, whatever, but it did look weird. But the Travis Scott thing, the way his set was designed, it was after different, like the city of Babylon, the city of this, like the ninth circle of hell, all this crazy shit, you know. And I'm not saying that it's definitely happening, but I do think it's a bit weird that there's so much satanic imagery all over the place. And the thing is that like I consume media that have satanic imagery in it. Like anime has a lot of that stuff, but anime's always got like a counter. It's always a good fight against the bad. But with this sort of stuff, it's like the bad people are heroes. You know, they're the people that we prop up.
You're doing that right now by saying vulgar things about Sam Smith and deliberately misgendering
but I'm not
them.
wearing a Satan outfit.
Doesn't matter what
Once
you decide
again,
is right or wrong.
Naked and semi-naked. It's like, I mean,
And once again, if you act in a vulgar way, you should expect people to be vulgar about you,
I
probably.
think that's the point. If you're going to do what he does, it's a bit like Madonna. You know, when she says, stop objectifying me. What else are we supposed to do with Madonna? Given that all she ever does is demand we objectify.
You know what?
So this is a good point to raise here as well. It's like, for example, me and Michael put ourselves online. We know that we're opening ourselves up to get opinions of other people about us. So if you're going to be putting yourself out there in an outrageous way, you need to be open to knowing that there might be some backlash or not everyone who likes it or agrees with it. And it's like, this guy needs to stop getting so defensive about it all, because this is Sam Smith's choice. Sam Smith probably knows he's going to get backlash or negative comments about it, and that's it. Stop acting like people can't have an opinion based on something, especially when it is as vulgar as it is. And it's like, you could be a really good person, you're still going to get people saying things about you. Like, look at Beyonce, for example. Yeah, I've never seen Beyonce do anything wrong. Do you know what I'm saying? You know, like, in terms of, you hear certain artists maybe say something wrong, do something wrong, act out of line, not in music terms, you know what I'm saying? I haven't heard any stories on Beyonce, personally. There might be, but I haven't. But it's like, even if she's somebody who does nothing wrong, there will still be people who have something to say about her, like Michael. What's Beyonce done? Don't tell me, I don't want to know.
It's just one, like, I
want to
really
be
follow,
blind to it. I mean, deaf to it.
Beyonce's career, but she performed at the Super Bowl, and people, like, obviously when you're being recorded, people can take stills of you, and some of the stills made her look very, very, very hench, almost inhumanly hench, like demonic hench, like her eyes had like changed color, and she was like, take those memes down, I don't want to see any of that shit. I was like, Beyonce, shut up, man. They're out there now. Like, you're gonna sue everybody because they're making memes because you look like the Hulk in one still? It's not a big deal. You're making it worse because you keep talking about it. It'll go away in a week. We move on to the next thing. Now everyone's memeing that.
It's not that deep though. It's not that bad.
Yeah, it's not that bad. I don't follow Beyonce's career.
Have anything bad to say about Beyonce, but there will still be people who say something bad, is my point.
Yeah, well, there's people that don't like her music, which is fine. I don't like her music, but I think she's got a great voice. I don't like her more recent stuff. I'm not into. Her older stuff is good, but in general, I don't really listen to Beyonce's music. But I don't have anything negative to say about her because I don't follow her career. But the point is, you put yourself out there. You're making yourself open to scrutiny. We make videos, and sometimes we make videos on people that nobody knows about, so there's not going to be much pushback because no one knows what's going on. Sometimes we make videos about YouTube channels that have 5 million subscribers, so obviously the people that like that channel are going to come for our supporters. Yeah, like we made the video about Fresh and Fit. Like they've got 1 million subscribers, many more viewers, because not everyone that watches them is subscribed. Of course, we know that putting our opinions out there on a very polarizing and popular YouTube channel is going to get us scrutinized by the people that subscribe to that line of thinking. We understand that. We sleep well at night. People don't have to like us. Even with this video, the whole community that supports Sam Smith could comment on our video and just rip us to shreds. That is what you do. That's what happens when you put yourself out on live. Sam Smith is going to dress up in the devil's costume, is going to put gags in his mouth and start making obscene faces and prancing around with nipple tassels on, and wearing absurd things to the Brit Awards that makes him look like he's a character in a WWE game, then he's going to be open to being scrutinized. That's how it goes. You want to get into this game, you got to have thick skin. Sam Smith is obviously way more popular than we are, so he's going to face much more scrutiny. We're aware that even though our channel is small now, it might get big one day. We're going to have to be open to scrutiny. That's just the way it goes. You're not compelled to like people.
You're both cis, white, straight men. You can carry on.
I'm not a cis anything.
Right.
Honestly, I'm not. I don't even know what cis is.
Look, it's
what did
you just say? If you just want to both be.
When I was born, nobody said I was a cis. What is a cis?
Hang on, I got to hear. That's not what I'm here to discuss. But what I am here to tell you is that you're completely out.
Apparently, our skin colour is now relevant.
I got to hear that.
We're white men.
So you got your clicks. So you're now your viral debate.
Oh my God. Can someone get Piers and his guests a handler? I can't hear shit. I really want this guy, the trolly face, to speak. I feel like he's going to say something funny, but...
I know what he's going to say.
Yeah. I wanted to say it, though.
Sissy or something.
Hang on, right? Piers, wait a second. What did he just say?
What did you call us? Repeat it for Douglas.
I said you were both... I can't remember, to be honest with you.
You know what you said,
Of course you can't remember. Of course.
Come on, bruv.
Of course. He very much heard what he said, though.
Yeah.
He just wants him to repeat it.
He wants to smoke.
I think you said... Okay, why don't you shut up for a moment?
I think
you said...
Well, Douglas isn't straight.
You said that we're both... I think you said we're both cis, white, straight men. First of all, I am white. Secondly, I am a man. Thirdly, I've been out and gay my entire adult life, which is about 25 years now. I don't know how old you are.
But I
was out as gay when you were still prancing around talking about whether or not you were. So do be quiet. Do stop judging other people. And if I were you, I'd do a little bit of research.
Are you joking?
I would do a little.
Oh my God, Douglas, that's ridiculous.
But you did judge him because he didn't subscribe to the way you think. You thought he was straight. Did you see the look on his face when he found out he wasn't straight? Shame on you. Shame on you. Why? Well, because you're both gay, you have to hold hands and sing Kumbaya. What is this? That's like someone saying to you, shame on you, Mike. You're half black. You should subscribe to whatever way black people are thinking. Or shame on you, Savvy. If Turkish people say something, you better fall in line. The fuck is this, man? What is this tribalism?
That's ridiculous. I'm not the one judging other people here. I'm just pointing out facts. I'm sorry I got your sexuality wrong.
No, if I were you, I would do the tiniest bit of research before opening your mouth. You're embarrassing yourself. That's probably why people wouldn't want to come to your show.
I don't think so. I think you're embarrassing yourself. Gentlemen, you're a shame to the queer community.
You know what? I tell you who's really embarrassing.
I'm not a member of the queer community, you stupid sod.
I tell you,
I'm not a member of the queer community.
The person who ultimately is genuinely
community?
Embarrassing himself, herself, themselves, whatever,
Jesus.
is Sam Smith. On that note, we'll leave it. Thank you both very much for the picture of sexy Sam.
Oh, they had to show us one last time.
They have to show this goddamn image. I'm so glad.
I forgot about it until then.
Yeah, they remind us I'm gonna have nightmares. I'm so glad that guy told me this whole community thing, man. It's fucking irritating. You're an individual with your own thoughts and your own ways of rationalizing things and your own perceptions of the world, and that's it. All of this community stuff can just.
And do you know what? That guy, the older one, seems very happy and content. He doesn't seem stressed or bothered about anything else that anyone else is saying. So maybe take a leaf out of his book.
And you know what? I get why he got so angry there, because when people look at me and I haven't opened my mouth, they automatically think that I'm some like hyper liberal person because of how I look, which I don't think I actually look like what liberals have become, because they've all got brightly colored hair now and don't clean their nails. But it's annoying to be grouped that way, because then when you do open your mouth, then they're like, oh my God, you're a disgrace. How can you say this? You're half black, this, that, and the other. It's just like, stop grouping people like that.
Everyone's just always just looking for a problem or something to complain about.
Yep.
Let people just have their opinions. Let people live their life the way they want to live it. And that's it. It just doesn't need to be an issue.
Yeah, like no one's saying that Sam Smith can't live his life the way he wants to. He can prance around the stage for as long as he wants to, until he's old and grey, and we can comment on it. I'm not saying that Sam Smith should be banned from being on TV. I'm not saying that he shouldn't be able to make money. I'm not saying that he shouldn't be on any YouTube channels or anything. But if you put yourself out there, people are gonna comment on it. And that's it. Get over yourself. Not everybody in the gay community likes Sam Smith. I can tell you that right now. I know people that really cannot stand that guy. It is what it is.
Let us know in the comments your opinion.